So hello and welcome back yet again to a Lives of the NPCs, this time suggested by a wonderful person that does the G News at Moonguard's server. Every night they are dedicated and wonderful, and thank you, Lunelia, for suggesting Vin as our NPC to check into. And, I wasn't really hopeful that there was going to be a lot of backstory on her, but I was wrong. And I don't know if everything that I found on Wowhead and Wowipedia is 100% correct. I dug into it a little bit more, and I can't verify it, but going into the comments section of Wowhead and reading up just on the NPC Vin, there is a person who is just identified as a number now, and I don't know if that means that they no longer play World of Warcraft, but they said that this was a make-a-wish that they made, which was to design a couple of NPCs and quests. And if this is a true story, then I'm really impressed, and I hope that they were able to actually recover. It said that they had been diagnosed with Ewing's sarcoma, and that their wish was to go to Blizzard and have my own tunes put in the game. They loved the book series Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, so the NPC that was placed in Stormwind was named Vin. And Vin is the main character and kind of the heroine of the book Mistborn. Fantastic book. If you haven't read that series, I highly suggest it. And they also designed Jaga, who is Vin's counterpart in Orgrimmar. Now, Jaga was the name, according to this comment, of their mage, and it was also a Thundercats reference because they thought that Thundercats was awesome and their mage's name was Jaga. They thought it was a good fit. The Dragonhawk that Jaga has as his pet is also named Spook. Spook is a character in the Mistborn series who has a little bit of a crush on Vin, so that's another tie into the Mistborn series. And I did read another comment that Dottie, which is Vin's pet, could also kind of be a backhanded Mistborn reference, and that was because Dot Lynn is Brandon Sanderson's publicist, and he thanks them regularly, so Dotlin could be related to Dottie. That I'm not 100% sure on, but I thought it was kind of interesting. And both Dottie and Spooks are just cute little pets, and Vin and Jaga are quest givers that they tell you that either their mom or their dad bought them balloons and they lost them. And they're afraid to go out into the big city all by themselves. So they task you with running around either Stormwind or Orgrimmar and getting their balloons for them. And when you finish getting the balloons for them, they're so happy and so thrilled to get them, and then they float away. And that brings me to the other comment that was in the comment section of Wowhead. It is the top comment, and honestly, it's a beautiful little story, so we are just going to go ahead and read it straight from Wowhead. This is by Child of New Light, and they posted this comment on September 6th, 2011. And their little comment is, as I turned in the balloons and she started to rise into the air, I gasped. The panic inside me was doubled as my paladin and maternal instincts screamed, "What have I done?" I motioned to the little girl to grab my hand, but she was content floating upwards, upwards. But to where? That is what I feared. I mounted my blue proto-drake, and I attempted to follow her. The wind was calm, and she rose from Azeroth straight and gently. As the initial shock and worry passed, there came the selfish thoughts. Oh boy, I thought, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. The seconds passed like hours as I tried to negotiate with the little thrilled Vin. Take my hand! Don't do it, it's too dangerous, but she wouldn't be dissuaded. How am I going to tell her parents? Wait, she's near the orphanage. Maybe she doesn't have parents. That's good, right? No parents, no trouble? Forsooth! Those were not the thoughts of a paladin, though. I should be ashamed. Then she disappeared. Vanished. Mid-air, just gone. My heart skipped a beat and a tear rolled down my cheek. She was gone. I helped her go. I contributed to her most likely demise, but where did she go? I landed my drake back down on the ground, hoping that Vin would still be there, hoping that what I had seen was just a sick illusion or nightmare, but alas, only her faithful and abandoned pet Dottie remained. As I dismounted my drake, I fell to my knees and wept. How could something so harmless, so innocent, turn into something so tear-wrenching? And where did that sixth balloon that she gave me come from anyway? Kneeling in a puddle of my own tears, I felt a wet, squishy nose rub against my arm. It was Dottie. She must not have realized what just happened to her owner. Clueless and innocent, now all alone in a cruel world. The tears cascaded down my face like a waterfall. My weeping was interrupted by a small voice. Hey. What? Who is that? I saw no one around as I looked up. Down here. I looked down to see Dottie staring at me. Yeah, me. You can talk? Why are you crying? Because your owner, your friend Vin, she's gone. I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. She didn't disappear. What? I saw it with my own eyes. She logged out. What? Yeah, she logged out. She just conned you into giving her flying at level 1 for 12 silver. And that is the top-rated comment on Wowhead under the entry for Vin. I honestly thought that was beautiful, and, you know, I figured I would share it with you. The comments underneath entries in Wowhead are sometimes more entertaining than the Wowhead entries themselves, and I almost always read them, and I suggest you do too. So anyway, they actually kind of made it a little more heart-stopping, I think, now, because now if you followed Vin or Jaga as they ascend into the sky on their bouquet of beautiful balloons, eventually the balloons despawn. But the child doesn't. The child just starts to fall and then despawns before they hit the ground. But wow, it is a little heart-stopping if you actually follow Vin or Jaga as they go up. But if you have not already gotten your Horde and Alliance balloon, they're 5 minutes of your time and they're a fun little companion pet. You can run around with a silly little balloon following you. They're not a combat pet, but you know, you don't always have to have a combat pet. Anyway, thank you so much, Lunelia, for giving me this suggestion. I really appreciate it. And now we know that Vin and Jaga came from the book Mistborn. And yeah, If you have an NPC that you might like to see a little bit more about, if I can research it and find out anything, I will totally make it into a video because I am having a great time doing this. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you later.